The system is live, the first period close just happened, the reports ran, the numbers came out clean, and for the first time in 18 months, the finance team finished month end without a workaround. Welcome to episode 5 of Inside a Financial System Implementation, the finale. I'm Victoria, and over the last 4 episodes, we've gone through the entire journey: discovery, selection, financial architecture, the implementation itself. Today, we talk about what's on the other side: go live, the lessons that become visible in hindsight, what success actually looks like, not in the announcements, but 6 months later. You've been working towards this date for 12, 16, 18 months. It's been on the whiteboard since month 1, and when it arrives, when the system actually goes live, the dominant emotion in the room is almost never celebration. It's vigilance, because it's the beginning of a completely new kind of pressure. The first 30 days after go live is the hypercare period, and this is where the real test happens. This is when real transactions hit the system for the first time. Not test data, not trial entries, real vendors, real customers, real payroll, real month end. Things will surface that testing never caught. That's not a failure of the implementation, that's the nature of going live. The question is whether you have the support structure in place to catch them quickly. Organizations that navigate hypercare well and plan for it the same way they plan for going live: dedicated support resources, clear escalation paths, a daily stand-up in week 1, weekly in weeks 2 through 4, and someone ideally from finance who owns the first period close in the new system, who is accountable for it, not just responsible. Because the first month end in the new system tells you more about whether the implementation succeeded better than any UAT sign-off ever will. What does success actually look like? 6 months in, when the noise has settled, when the team has run 3 or 4 month ends in the new system, when the novelty has worn off and reality has set in. That's when you can actually see whether it worked. The first signal is reporting. Can the finance team close the period accurately in the same time or less than the old system? The second signal is the suspense account. Remember account 9130 in episode 3? The one I mentioned should clear within the period. If it's still carrying a balance 6 months in, this means that transactions are still landing without a home. Maybe the COA structure isn't complete, or the team isn't using it correctly. Either way, it needs attention. The third signal is workarounds. Every implementation ends with a list of things that the team is doing manually because the system doesn't quite handle them the way they expected. Some workarounds are acceptable in the short term. At month 6, there should be no more workarounds. If the list isn't getting shorter, the system is not being adopted. It is being tolerated. And a system that's being tolerated will eventually get replaced. The fourth signal is the integrity of the chart of accounts. Has it drifted from the structure that was designed? Are the new accounts being created without a naming convention? Are transactions landing in places that they should not? The COA is a living document. It will evolve, but it should evolve deliberately with someone watching it. Every implementation without an exception ends with lessons that weren't visible at the start. Not because the teams weren't smart, not because planning was poor, but because some things can only be learned by going through them. I'll share the ones I see most consistently, the patterns that I've seen show up across implementations, regardless of the industry, the system, or the organization size. First lesson: the discovery phase is never long enough. Every team looking back wishes they had spent more time on requirements before the vendor was selected. Not because they were lazy, but because the pressure to move feels urgent at the start. And you know what? It isn't. The most expensive changes in any implementation are the ones that happen because a requirement wasn't captured at the beginning before a build began. Lesson 2: the people who resist the most matter the most. The finance team member who pushed back hardest on the new system, they almost become the most capable user of it once they are genuinely involved from the start. Resistance is not obstruction, it is expertise that hasn't been listened to yet. Third lesson, the data is always worse than you think, and cleaning it is always worth it. There are no exceptions, there are no shortcuts. Commit to data quality before go live, and you'll be running clean reports 6 months later. Lesson 4, and this is the one that took me the longest to articulate. A financial system implementation is not an IT project. It never was. It is a business transformation that happens to involve software, and the organizations that treat it that way from day one are the ones that come out with a system that actually works. The ones that hand it to IT and check in at go live, they come out with a very expensive spreadsheet replacement. Before I close out this series, I want to say I came to financial system implementation from finance and accounting, not from IT and not from consulting. I understand the accounting logic behind what the system is being configured to do, and this changes how I approach every single phase of this work. If you've made it to episode 5, thank you. This series was built for the people in the room who are trying to do this well. The finance leaders asking the right questions, the executives who protected time for discovery when the pressure was on to move faster, the teams who kept showing up when it was hard, and the person who pushed back on dirty data when everyone else just wanted to load it. You made the implementation better even if nobody said so at the time. I'm Victoria Henshaw. I'm a business analyst with a finance background, and I believe your financial system is the heart of your organization, and it deserves to be built with the same care and intention as every other strategic decision that you make. This has been Inside of Financial System Implementation, and if this series was useful for you, please share it with others, your CFO, your project lead, and anyone else that's going through an implementation right now. Subscribe for what's coming next. I'll see you there.